you're a prepper too.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
You've been prepping for how many years?
22.
22 years of prepping. So that's what this is about, is being able to be self-sustainable. Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another beautiful day here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. Today is Tool Tuesday and we have an awesome tool for you today. So we're going to be showing you these sun ovens today. This is the ultimate prepper kitchen. If you're a prepper and you're worried about power outages, or if you just want to save a little bit of money and cook in a different environment, man, this is just really cool. These are the sun ovens. We're taking advantage of the sun here on the first day of fall on the Stoney Ridge farm. Come along, we'll show you a cool tool that every prepper needs. All right? Woo! All right guys, so one of my passions not only is farming and playing music with my guitar and banjo and harmonica and enjoying that stuff, but one of my real passions is cooking, and I love to cook. What's the use in raising all these animals here on the farm if we're harvesting animals and I'm not cooking delicious, wonderful meals for myself? So what we have here are 3 sun ovens. They're all set out right here, and Paul with Sun Oven has come out here to our farm, and he's going to be talking us through what these critters are and how they work. Now Paul's getting ready to go. Paul, I guess you're going to prepper?
Going to prepper camp.
Prepper camp here in North Carolina?
In North Carolina.
This weekend. Nice, awesome. I'd never heard of prepper camp. Paul said he was in the area, and I heard of Paul through my friends Doug and Stacy with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, and they're good friends with Paul, and they basically, I think they referred you to me, didn't they?
Yep, I think so.
Yep. So show us what we're cooking, Paul. I prepped the chicken up, man.
This is the chicken you've got all ready to go, and as you said, everything goes better with bacon.
Oh, yeah.
What do we got in here? We got some carrots, potatoes, a little bit of onion, bacon, and we're gonna cook a chicken this morning.
Awesome. Well, we've got a couple more things. We've got some bread, rice. I'm gonna put the camera on Paul and let him just show you what we're doing.
Well, thanks Josh for inviting me to be here. It's really exciting to have some time here with you, and from introduced, as said, from our mutual friends Doug and Stacy. For those who aren't familiar with, this is a sun oven. It folds up, it carries like a suitcase. It only weighs 23 pounds, and setting it up takes a matter of seconds. It's a simple one-piece construction. Just opens up, your food goes in here, and then it actually has a rack that if you raise or lower it to follow the sun, your food will stay level on the rack, and it has a leg built into the back that allows you to raise or lower it to meet the sun wherever it is in the rise. Now, by the way, this is designed so you can cook in winds up to about 40 miles an hour. It does come with stakes. You can stake it into the ground so it won't blow over in the wind, and it's got a latch in the front that latches the reflectors in place. But the sun reflects off of these reflectors. They're made of a highly polished anodized aluminum. They're 86% reflective, but they'll never oxidize, rust, or corrode. And by the way, you clean them with Windex or vinegar water or any kind of a glass cleaner. You put your food in the chamber here in really perfect conditions. It gets up to 400 degrees, but very consistently 350 degrees, and it can bake or boil or steam foods. This inner box is made of a black anodized aluminum. The outer box is made of ABS plastic, but between the anodized inner box and the plastic outer box is a very thick bed of a non-toxic food-grade fiberglass insulation. So it's going to be 400 degrees inside the chamber. You can touch anywhere on the side and you don't feel any heat. It's got indicators that help you align it with the sun, so there's no guesswork with that. The glass is made of a low iron glass that filters out less sun and allows it to get really hot. And there's 2 ways to cook in it. Let's say you're going to make a 3-pound chicken. If we preheated the oven on a sunny day, put the chicken in, realign it every 30 minutes, we could make a 3-pound chicken as little as an hour and a half. Or we could take a frozen chicken, we could put it in here early in the morning, just set it facing south, go out in the homestead for the day, come back at supper time and have a cooked roast. So when we're done with it, it really takes about 5 seconds to take it down, and it's got a latch to hold reflectors in place, and then you can put it away to the next time you're ready to harness the sun for your cooking.
So we just had a little bit more, added a little bit more organic to the bread. It slid off this table and boop, flopped over in the grass. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for coming. And we're gonna fill these ovens full, and our temperature is up to about 180 degrees right now. So it's time to go ahead and put the chicken in and put everything in and start cooking, man. It's gonna be awesome.
All we do to cook is just open this glass door. We'll set this chicken in here, right on the leveling rack. close it, and there's 2 latches that latch the door shut to form an airtight seal. Set it in the sun and let the sun do its thing. Well, I've mixed up some beans and rice here and have some water in it, and got it all stirred up. Just add a little bit of olive oil, and now I'm going to take and put the food into the sun oven. Sometimes people ask us, by the way, about putting food in and shining in your eyes. The light reflects in, but if you do put food in from behind, then you don't get the same kind of glare that you get if you were putting in from the front.
All right, guys, so we've got our bread here, and Paul was telling me this is perfect. The bread has risen to about a 1/2 inch below the level of the bread pan. This one got a little out of hand, so we're human, that's what happens. What we're gonna do here, we'll turn our 2 tabs, and this is the first time I've ever put anything in here. We're gonna open this up. Oop, it's a little bit, there we go, I'm learning. There we go, open it up. We'll let all the heat out accidentally, but it retains the heat in here. We'll set these 2 loaves in here, and Paul made me a little mist bottle of water, and he said it's kind of difficult to get this to brown in the sun oven, so you spray it with a little bit of water on the top, and that helps it to brown. That's it. How long does this take, Paul, for bread?
Those 2 loaves will probably take about an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, so an hour, 20 minutes for this bread. Awesome, and everything should be done very soon. It's been a couple hours and we've got some steam here. Paul is telling me the chicken right here, you can see there's steam around the outside edge, and you said that was an indicator that
when
it's done.
When the steam starts to build up around the outside edge, then you know the food is done. And I'll tell you, we've been smelling this bread and this chicken,
yeah.
and you know, we're just dying to tear into it.
Gonna eat good.
We're gonna make this short and sweet so we can get to eat here. But
heck yeah! So we're gonna open it up and we'll let him take those out. We'll video him opening these things up. I've learned a lot today, guys, and what you really need to know is it's almost like crock pot cooking in some ways. However, you can just bake like we're baking this bread. It's just awesome. So it's like crock pot cooking here, it's like stovetop cooking here, and it's like oven baking here. It's pretty awesome.
Alrighty, well, we've got our chicken in here. I think it's probably, we started with about a 3-pound chicken. We've had the sun coming and going, so it's been in a couple hours, but you can see here that we've got just this cook through. We can see that bubbling boiling. The nice thing about doing this, by the way, in the sun oven is that because nothing dries out, we didn't have to put any moisture in it. The juice from the chicken has cooked everything else, and it's really going to make it tasty. This is beans and rice. It's just a mixture of red beans and some rice and some seasonings, and you can see the steam just pouring out of here. And we have really, that is one thing that you'll be absolutely amazed at, is beans taste totally different when they're made in the sun. The complex carbohydrates break down slowly, and they have a really unique taste. And they come out great. So I've sometimes put a pot of these in and just leave them in all day. Sometimes I've left them as long as 12, 14 hours, and they still come out great. Well, that's probably the most difficult thing there is to bake. But when you do it in the sun oven, it is so forgiving and so good. You recall that when Josh put it in, he sprayed a light mist of water on it. You can see how brown our crusts came out here, and it really is delicious. This has probably been done now for a good 45 minutes to an hour. But it doesn't affect the quality of the bread. I can leave it in almost twice as long, and it doesn't dry out the way it would in a conventional oven. Let this bread stand for just a minute because it's awfully hot, and I had taken and sprayed a little bit of Pam into the pan before I put it in, so that it, but I probably didn't use enough of it, so it's a little bit stuck to the side here. But usually if I do it with the Pam, I can get it so it comes out relatively easily. You can see the bottom is nice and brown. It's cooked all the way through.
Smell-o-vision. Oh, if you guys only had smell-o-vision. Now, I've got full permission to do this. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. I gotta try some. I can't help myself. This is the most delicious Tool Tuesday I've ever done. You wanna get a bite?
Sure, thank you.
It's moist and delicious, man. I love,
warm right out of the oven.
I love cooking. I went into a phase where I made bread virtually every day for like a year until I got too fat to eat any more bread. Oh my goodness, so good. You're a prepper too.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
You've been prepping for how many years?
22.
22 years of prepping. So that's what this is about, is being able to be self-sustainable. You know, part of the YouTube channel here is teaching you guys how to do things to be more self-sustainable so that you can do your mechanic work yourself.
Careful, it's really hot.
Really hot. All right. And okay, this is your recipe. This is rice and beans. It's what brand rice?
It was Zatarain's red beans and rice. And
Zatarain's red beans and rice.
All I added was a little bit of water and then some olive oil, mixed it in with it, and it really gets a delicious flavor.
So this already has a flavoring in the box. Okay, awesome, awesome.
But my wife has tried making the same thing. We've duplicated on the stovetop microwave. It tastes totally different when you cook in the sun than when you do it on the stovetop with exactly the same box. So.
Well, it's good, man. Nectar of the gods right there. We got to cut into this chicken. I'm excited about that too. That's going to be delicious. Look at that. Oh, yummy. Oh, man. So just for my purposes, this is the first time I've used this oven. I just want to see how moist, my mouth won't stop watering, how that opens up and how moist. And this is one of our pastured chickens. We're gonna finger food this. Reach in here and get some. Oh, whew.
I'm gonna get this drumstick. Oh, look at that, it just falls off the bone. It is so tender in there, so moist.
Yeah, I'm sold.
So hot.
Totally sold.
Delicious.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Tool Tuesday. I appreciate it. Paul, you tell me the link one more time.
It's sunoven.com/
Stoney Ridge.
Stoney Ridge.
Sunoven.com/Stoney Ridge. Paul's agreed to give us almost $100 off of this Tool Tuesdays kit. So I'll post a link down in the video description, guys. Man, I gotta go eat lunch. Paul's got to pack up. You're going to a not a homesteaders, you're going to a prepper conference, right? What's it called? Prepper camp?
Prepper camp in Saluda,
North Carolina. Awesome, prepper camp. Well, thank you. We'll air shake since we're social distancing as we're.
A bunch of chicken grease.
Well, thanks a lot for coming, man. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this Tool Tuesday. If you want to see more cooking videos on the channel, please pound the like button. Let me know down there. Post some comments. If you've got comments and questions, Paul's going to be watching the video too, and he'll go through there and answer some of your comments and questions as you leave them. So thanks a lot, guys. The ultimate outdoor prepper kitchen right there. Awesome. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. And Paul, we got one thing that we do at the end of every Stoney Ridge video.
What's that?
Woo! Hoo! Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it. I love cooking, man. We're going to do a lot more cooking stuff soon.
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Hey there, folks. This is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. Well, let's start it over. So we're going to show you the ultimate prepper kitchen airplane prepper kitchen. Oh yeah, everything's better with bacon. Oh my goodness, so good.